What's up guys, Brad here from Piney Grove, and we recently celebrated an important milestone with our channel. We just went over 4 years of making tractor and homestead videos, and we're at like 95 million views. So we wanted to thank you guys for all the continued support out there. One comment that I've gotten over the last 4 years as I show you guys tractors and work and hooking up implements is, you need to get a quick hitch. Well, today we have a quick hitch. So we've partnered with GoodWorks Tractor. You guys may know Courtney. He has his own YouTube channel, does a lot of great videos, but what he does is sell new implements and also sell used tractors. So Courtney has sent us a bunch of things to share with you guys. So let's get them out here and take a look at them. So lots of good stuff arrived the other day in a semi-trailer. We used the Kubota to take it off, and it wasn't a problem as far as weight, but it was about all that this Kubota wanted to lift. So what we're going to focus on today is the quick hitch. And you probably say, I have a quick hitch, or I know all about quick hitches. Well, this one is a bit different and has an option, and that option comes in the form of this bracket. And we'll show you what this bracket does. We've also got what he calls his Versa bracket, and we'll show that in a different video, but basically it is the same as a forklift implement or attachment for the front of your front end loader, except you can also put it on your 3-point hitch. And the reason it's called a Versa hitch is not only can it go on the front of your tractor in the back, but you can put things on it like this stump bucket to dig out small stumps. You can put forks on it, and he has a whole list of attachments that will work with this bracket. Before we put the quick hitch on and show you the additional features of the quick hitch, I want to show you another product that GoodWorks Tractor sent us. I never gave much thought to mirrors on a tractor until we got this Summit, and it came with mirrors that are mounted directly into the hood. And those come in very handy, especially when you're backing into tight spaces, like into the shed here. And also when we're mowing the county road, you can see if cars are coming behind you. So GoodWorks has sent us a solution for the Kubota tractor, and it works on magnets. So you can put them in different configurations, but the magnet goes on one side of the bracket, the mirror mounts on the other side, and you can turn this mirror sideways. But for now, I'm going to try them in this position. And when you're on the tractor, you can see how far you can see behind you. That's the right side, and there's the left side. It's just really good for awareness, so you know what's behind you as well as what's in front of you. I'm really excited about these Versa forks and showing you how they work on the front of the tractor and the rear of the tractor, but that's going to be in a different video. We're going to set up the quick hitch on the Summit tractor and show you how those additional brackets help out. So before we get the quick hitch on, I got to take off this bracket here, and what this bracket does is allow me to put a 2-inch receiver in here, and it's got a 2-inch ball on it, and I can move my trailer around. But before we put the quick hitch on, we'll take this off and we'll show you another hitch by GoodWorks Tractor that's even better than this one, and this one is probably an Amazon one. Now GoodWorks has something very similar to that one, and you can see it's fairly light. You can just pick it up and easily put it on your 3-point hitch, but it has several more functions. Get it on real quick here with the lift arms, and then put the top link on. Okay, that's all the effort that it takes to mount it. Let's talk about some of the features. First of all, it's got a 2-inch receiver hitch. So you can put in this just like it was in the one I took off. Then you can use that to move trailers around. You can also take the ball off, and then you would have just a straight hole there if you needed to use something that had like a C clevis with a pin. But where this bracket outshines the one I just took off is that it's got a hole here in the top. If you have like a gooseneck trailer or something, you can put a ball here on the top. It's got a bracket here that, to be honest with you, I don't know what this bracket is for. And it also has 2 hooks here. So if you want to secure your load, if you have chains to your trailer, or if you want to pull something, you got hooks that are welded right to the bracket. So a little background about me and quick hitches and why I don't have one. Well, I did have one. I had a Land Pride QH15, and there was nothing wrong with it. I had it on the Kubota tractor, but the problem was it only worked on maybe 1 or 2 of my implements. The hooks that catch your 3-point hitch pins Some of mine were varied in width. A quick hitch only works if the dimensions of your quick hitch match the dimensions of your implements. And it wasn't until fairly recently that that was standardized. There was a time where some of them may be 18 inches wide, some may be 36 inches wide or 24 inches, just they varied in width. Nowadays, most implements are the same as far as the dimensions of the width of the pins and also the difference in height between the pins and where the top link attaches. So because of that reason, I didn't keep my quick hitch because I found I was taking it on and off way too often. So instead of it being a quick hitch, it was just a hitch to me. It's not that heavy, but it's going to be holding it in the right place while you put this pin in. And once you get a pin in, it shouldn't be too bad. There's the first pin in. And now we'll put the second pin in. And you can see it's captive inside of this bracket. So your lift arm goes inside of this frame here. And put that on. Now hook up the top link. It comes with its own pin, so that's convenient. And that's all it takes to install a quick hitch. Now it's just a matter of adjusting it. Now that the quick hitch is on, I want to make sure it's the same height on both sides. And it looks like this side here is about 1 inch lower. So I'll adjust these right here to bring that up. We've now got right at 7 inches on both sides. So we'll tighten this jam nut up and that will lock in that adjustment. So using the rear hitch that we just took off, we'll show you how this works. Just get those little levers out of the way on both sides. And then you back into whatever it is that you're wanting to connect to, and that will catch the pins here of your implement. And it not only catches the lower pins, but you can see this big hook up here. So you'd back in like this, and then you'd lift up on your 3-point. That secures that. That wasn't supposed to drop on its own, but it did. That's pretty cool. And then this one, the same thing. And now it's locked in. If this was a disc harrow or a rototiller or whatever it is, it's locked in. You didn't get off the tractor, and you can go on about your business and then put it back wherever you want it. Lift these up so that they stay up. And then put down your 3-point hitch and your implement stays there, and you go hook up to something else. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, big deal, Brad. Those things have been out for a decade. Almost everyone has them. Nobody buys a tractor anymore without a quick hitch. And that's probably true. But back in the day, for those of us that have had tractors for, say, 20 years or whatever, we didn't grow up with quick hitches. So this will be new information for some. But hopefully you stayed till this part of the video, because this is something new. It is a product that you can only get, as far as I know, from Good Works Tractor. And we'll show you how to install it and what it does. So before I show you the add-on for this quick hitch, I need to kind of lock this in a little tighter for side-to-side movement. And I want it perfectly straight behind the tractor. And it looks like it is now. I just got to tighten up my turnbuckles down here. Because the theory is, once you put this on, you're rarely going to take it off. Now, if all of your equipment is 100% quick hitch compatible, you may never take this off your tractor. For me, I still have some old implements, so I may have to take it off from time to time. I think it's hard to hook a brush hog up to here because they have a longer link on the top. But I'm going to have to look at it, make sure. Yeah, that's way less side-to-side play. These are what makes this quick hitch different from any other quick hitch I've ever seen before. These brackets. So they're held on with this 1 bar here and 2, I think it's 1/2 inch or 9/16 nuts that hold them on. But they go over top the side. That might be in the way, so maybe it goes on this side like that. That might be the way it goes so that there's no interference. So we'll put the long side to the back. So we got one for each side. I'll throw them on here and then show you what they do. Now this is what separates this quick hitch from other quick hitches. These brackets hold weight. Now these weights serve 2 purposes. One, it's ballast for the tractor. So each one of these weights are 60 pounds each. I've got 3 for each side. That's a total of 6. So it's 360 pounds total, I hope. I hope I did the math right while standing. But that'll give me additional weight back here, plus whatever the implement is, if I need ballast to use the front end loader. But there's another thing that weight back here on your quick hitch will do that you probably haven't thought of, and until I got this from Good Works Tractor, I hadn't thought of either. So if you're a food plotter or doing any kind of tillage, you've probably seen people with like a disc harrow or some sort of tillage implement. It might even be a plow, where they got a big old log or they have some railroad ties on it. And the reason that is because the ground is not always perfect for tillage, and they need extra weight back here in order to push that implement down into the dirt. And if you're new to tractors, you may think, well, just take the lever and push it down farther. But the issue is that no matter how much you push down the lever for your 3-point hitch, it doesn't put any down pressure down on the implement that's attached back here. And the reason for that is that your 3-point hitch goes down by gravity, and it's only picked up by hydraulics. So when you move the lever up, a hydraulic cylinder inside of there picks up these arms, which then picks up your whole 3-point hitch. But when you put it down, all you've done is release pressure off of this hydraulic cylinder inside there, and there's no down pressure. So the only weight you have when you're disking is the weight of this metal here, which isn't that much. Now we've added the weight of the quick hitch, and also 360 pounds, plus the weight of the implement. That's going to help that implement cut. But if none of this stuff was here, it would just be the weight of these arms pushing down. That's why, like, the blade on a box blade is angled to help it dig in. Also, like a plow, if you change the angle of a plow and put it like that, and by adjusting your top link or your left or right side of your 3-point hitch arms, it'll allow it to dig in and pull itself in. There's no weight on top that will help. There's just simply no down pressure from the tractor that helps with that. Now, I was thinking initially, one of the biggest things I need weight for is when I'm using a post hole digger and trying to push down into hard clay. But the problem is a post hole digger or an auger won't work with a 3-point hitch, because the upper arm of it goes directly to the tractor bracket back here, and it doesn't have a top link. So I thought it would be a solution for that. It's not, but it definitely will be a great solution for disc harrows. As with hooking up anything to a tractor, backing up perfectly straight or perfectly in alignment with the implement is probably going to be the hardest thing to do. So don't judge me if I don't get it right the first time. I'm not sure if this quick hitch will work on this disc harrow, and this may be a prime example of why I went away from them. Well, I backed up pretty straight, but you see the problem here is that the pins are too close together to work in this quick hitch. And this quick hitch has standard quick hitch dimensions. I'll go ahead and measure them and tell you what they are. But you can see right here, there's no way those hooks will go in that pin. I'll find another implement that works, but another important part of a quick hitch is to get this hook distance right. And that's going to be the distance between wherever it can hook to on the frame of your implement, the distance between the pins down here and that attachment point. So you might have to put this hook higher. It looks like it's in its lowest position in order for this attachment point to fit right down there in that little radius. So if I measure the quick hitch from end to end, it's about 30 inches. So you would want your pins to be 30 inches long from pin to pin length. And this pin to pin length is 26.5 inches. So obviously it wouldn't work on that disc harrow. So we're looking for 30 inches. So let's check our landscape rake. 26.5, same as the disc harrow. It wouldn't work on that. Let's check our hiller. Our hiller's 32 inches. It would work on our hiller. It would not work on our straight blade over there. I can already tell that that's 26.5 inches. So that's what you run into on a quick hitch, is if you don't buy all your implements at the same time that you buy your quick hitch, then you may run into this problem. I don't know if they make a more narrow quick hitch that would work on that smaller equipment, but let's check out the rototiller here because that's something that I use on both tractors. From the end of the pin to the end of the pin, 32-ish inches. This would work on the quick hitch. How about my Woodmax wood chipper? Same thing, 32 inches, it would work on that. And then let's check out my flail mower back there in the corner. This doesn't have exposed pins, but it has encased pins. So inside of there, 29.5. It might work inside of here. I think it might. So in case you're using this video to see if this would work for you, I'll go ahead and put on the GoodWorks hitch here that fits perfectly and then give you the exact dimensions. Let me take this off first to give you those dimensions. So if you go inside of this hook to inside of this hook, you're looking at 27.25 inches. If you go outside of this hook to outside of this hook, you're looking at 20.5 inches, so it would work on the flail mower. But this fits in here perfectly. And also the top hook is adjusted perfectly so that sits in there and it doesn't rattle as much. So if you're interested in anything from GoodWorks Tractor, they've provided a code for Piney Grove, and that'll tell them that you saw their products on our video, and that's what brought you to their page to possibly purchase them. So please use our code, and it'll help us with our metrics with GoodWorks Tractor. Now, I definitely wanted to give them a shout out on their packaging and their speed in shipping. So they ship nationwide. Most things, if not everything, is free shipping. But I talked to them on a Monday, and they're in Michigan, I'm in Florida, and by Friday, the pallet arrived. Everything was boxed nicely. I had unboxed it before I showed it to you in the beginning of the video, but all this was in heavy cardboard boxes. There was spray foam around them, not contacting the metal, but they had covered it in plastic and spray foamed inside the box so that nothing could move inside the box. Then the boxes were secured to the pallet, and it arrived in perfect condition. And because we have a tractor that can lift around 1,000 pounds, we were able to lift it right off of the semi. The semi came right in here, backed up to our gravel. We lifted it off and he was gone, and it was a quick, simple, easy process. So if you're worried about buying implements online, Courtney and his team over at GoodWorks Tractor, they have that down pat and they'll take good care of you. But that's going to wrap up today's video, folks. We sure appreciate you watching. Be sure to stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a video on the VersaForks, and I'm excited about them because of the versatility of them. And also, we'll take that little stump bucket and see what we can dig out with it. But until next time, y'all take care out there. And remember, life's short, tractor hard, and use the Piney Grove code at GoodWorks Tractor. Take care, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.